Hi, this is Adam Stamper with Omega Recording Studios, home of the Omega Studios School of Applied Recording Arts and Sciences in Rockville, Maryland. Today, I'm going to be demonstrating a simple trick in Logic's Ultrabeat drum machine instrument. And this trick allows you to take audio samples and create cool, glitchy, chopped sequence patterns out of those very quickly. And to do this, what we're going to want to do first is take Ultrabeat and clear out all the settings. So we're going to go up to the preset browser under Drum Kits, and we're going to choose the Drag and Drop Samples kit. And again, this will clear the slate in Ultrabeat for us to drag in some samples. And for today's example, I'm just going to be using a stock Apple loop under their bass category, and it's called Techno Bass 4, and this is what it sounds like. Okay, so we're going to destroy that by dragging it in here to the sample slot in Ultrabeat. And I'll zoom in some here so we can see a little better. And the first thing we're going to want to do is take the max velocity slider here and pull it all the way to the right of the sample. And what this does is this sets the start time of the sample to be triggered based on velocity. So as we draw in different steps here in the pattern sequencer down here, we'll draw in different velocities for each step, and that'll trigger different parts of the sample. So first I'm going to take my pattern and make it a little shorter just for quick demonstration, and I'll make it 16 steps with a resolution of 16th notes, and that means it's a 1-bar pattern. And so I'll turn the sequencer on and hit play, and then I'll start drawing in a step here for you. And you can see as I change the velocity, the pitch of the actual sample changes because it's triggering different parts of the sample, and if there's different notes, then there's different pitches. However, it's also triggering the loudness of the sample based on velocity as well. So I'm going to turn that off in two places here at oscillator 2's volume. By doing that, and then up in the main voice volume, I'll pull the velocity sensitivity down and then make up for it with the main knob. Cool, so now we're set up and we're ready to start drawing in our pattern. So I'm just going to draw in some random things here and kind of tweak and adjust as I go. And this is where it's kind of fun to experiment. Okay, so you can see where we're going with this, and we can create some more patterns, but you can hear that there's some pops and clicks on each step here, and to adjust that, we're going to need to adjust the attack time of the amp envelope, and that's always by default in Ultrabeat envelope 4 over here. So we're going to zoom in and grab the attack slider and pull that over, and then there's some other dots here that allow us to even more fine-tune the attack. And you just kind of play with this until you get the chop as smooth or as rough as you want. And something like that. We could go a little further with this. The oscillator 2 is being routed through the center section here with this little arrow, and that includes a filter, so we could turn that on and do some filter sweeps. Or we could even maybe modulate the filter from like LFO1. And we get something like that. And that's the trick. I hope you enjoyed this little technique. It's very fun to try with various sorts of material, from string samples to acapellas. Keep in mind, though, if there's any gaps in the sample, you may inadvertently trigger those gaps and get a step that doesn't really sound like anything. So you might want to set the minimum and maximum velocity sliders just around a section of the sample that's more consistent. But if you enjoyed this type of information and you'd like more tutorials or just more info on Omega Recording Studios and its school in general, then please visit our website at www.omegastudios.com. Thank you and happy sequencing.